ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 67 of Beyond Retro. I am Nathan Kennedy, here with Joe Amato and Tyler Baker, who, let's get the jokes out of the way now. He's not wearing a tank top. Heads explode. It's like the scene from Scanners. You got like a family dinner thing going on after we're done with this, right? It's just so weird. I'm sorry. Because I too have gotten used to him wearing tank tops all the time. So when I actually see him in a shirt, or especially a polo of all things, I'm like, it's just weird. It's like when people wear shorts all the time, but then they wear jeans. It just looks off for a second.
Well, I get that too. I'm like, well, why is this such a big deal to people? Like, I don't understand the importance or significance that, I wear tank tops out of comfort, because it just feels very comfortable to me. I got a lot of like dress shirts and regular shirts to wear, but I'm just comfortable wearing that. And I swear that people just will, almost as if like it's like, did you see who died? It's like, tell us when to tank top.
It's like someone with long hair just cutting all their hair off and just showing up like, hey, no big deal. Everyone's like, wait, hang on, back up a second.
Yeah, but I feel like that seems a lot more important in terms of like someone's actual look, as opposed to like, I'm just wearing a regular polo shirt and a tank top.
How are your arms holding up though? Is it? I'm just sorry, I had to.
Well,
anyway,
it fits around my arms quite nicely, so it's it's hard to find dress clothes that accentuate my positives. So,
Joe, how the hell are you? There we go. Let me get that out of there. He mailed me some hot sauce. I'm gonna be trying that out later tonight. I'm gonna do Emily and I we're gonna test out the hot sauce. We're gonna hang out and chill with people, and then I'm probably gonna play some video games. So that'll be a good time, you guys.
Well, first I wanted to thank you for the new earbuds. He gave me quality earbuds to where I don't have to keep going to the Dollar Tree every 2 weeks. He said they sound good, but he says
it sounds
also
good.
that
it sounds like you're wearing a mask.
Yeah, it's like he said, now you can hear the mask or the muffling of the mask. But I was like, but am I at least loud? He's like, seems like you're loud. I was like, okay, well, that's all that matters.
I can hear you crystal clear, sir.
Did you go puppies and kittens when you got that in the mail? Where you're like, son of a bitch.
No, he sent me a message. He sent me a message when he was like, did you send me earbuds? I was like, whoops. It's like,
because I was ready.
Go ahead.
I was ready to make a post about it because it didn't have an address of anybody's name. So I was like, okay, this had to be Nathan or somebody that listens to the podcast when they're always mocking my $1 earbuds. So it could have been anybody. But yes, ended up being Nathan. But I did thank him. And they're nice. And they really stick in your ears. And I can hear well. And if you guys can hear me fine, then that's good. And thank you. But I definitely, I don't need anything else. I appreciate it.
I got tired of you going to the Dollar Tree like every couple weeks to get new earbuds. I'm like, I'm just gonna get them a quality set and they'll last them hopefully a month.
Well, I think these should. And it is kind of sad though, the thought of, I still don't understand how the ones that I've been getting at Dollar Tree would just keep going out after 2 weeks. It's like,
because they're a fucking dollar, Joe. They're $1. That's why they keep breaking, because they are a fucking dollar. What do you expect?
But hey, if anything's cool though, at least with my Dollar Tree visits, is I got the uncut producer's cut of RoboCop on Blu-ray, and it was $1. And when I posted that picture, some people, I didn't know if they were just joking. They were like, "You didn't get that at Dollar Tree," but I did. And plus, then people started going to Dollar Tree. That was cool. So many people started posting pictures on my post saying, "Look what I got! Look what I got!" So it sent a lot of people to the Dollar Tree to get the RoboCop Blu-ray uncut version, and
I'm sure most of them left disappointed because the Dollar Tree I went to didn't have jack shit as far as movies. It was like 3 workout DVDs and Take Me Home Tonight with Topher Grace. I'm like, what? Come on.
What the hell is that? Okay, all right, but so I got that, and it was cool. I was just surprised. I was like, Jesus, a post about a RoboCop Blu-ray got over 300.
Oh, geez. Look at that, Joe.
Who'd have thought?
No,
you post something and people flock to it.
I didn't mean
Promote
it like
the
that.
show.
Promote the show. How many degenerates you don't own RoboCop by now? You had to wait till it was $1 to own it? Who the hell are you people?
Me and a whole bunch of cheap asses.
Not you, but everybody else. Like, oh wow, I don't even own that movie. Where can I get it? What is it?
My favorite thing is My favorite thing's when Joe's like, "Hey guys," he tags you and I in the comments like, "Oh yeah, we already got this." And I was like,
two
actually,
copies of it.
if you guys want the trilogy, go check out your Dollar Generals because I saw the trilogy on Blu-ray for $5. I don't know if that's too much, but maybe you guys.
Joe's like, I got to save up for that. I put it on layaway.
But anyway, now that he has RoboCop, that is next week's episode. We're gonna tackle the first RoboCop film, so that'll be a good time. Because that's probably one of my favorite movies of all time, at least in my top 20, easily, I would say.
And let's say hello to our buddy Who Dat Whale that's in the chat room. He's joining us, so thank you for being here in the chat room. So,
I was gonna say, Joe, you go ahead and kick it off because this is a film that Tyler and I didn't watch until this week. Tyler, you fiddling with like your water bottle or something?
I'm playing with my Spider-Man monster truck car.
Oh, what?
My nephew was over here yesterday, so I brought this out for him to play with.
Oh, okay.
So it was just kind of sitting, so I was just kind of fiddling with it. It's like it's my own personal fidget spinner.
I was hearing something. It sounded like you were just like playing with the label on like a bottle or something.
Oh no, you can rotate and flip it around. It's like a little transforming monster truck with Spider-Man on it. So.
All right, right on. They're really random, but okay. But
just sitting over here.
Our topic for today.
I played stuff during the Fans of Power podcast, and you guys just now noticed that. What the hell are you doing over there?
I don't. Maybe it's just the mic's picking it up differently.
I
don't know. I mean, whatever.
I pay $7 for these things. They pick up everything.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll go get. I'm always terrible with the direction in the camera. Go pick up my beefcake figure and play with him the rest. No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, our topic. Our topic today is The Last Dragon, which is a film that Tyler and I did not watch until this week. I've never seen it. Heard a lot about it. Joe is very familiar with it. So, Joe, You can go ahead and kick us off. Let us know your experience with the film, etc., etc.
All right. First, let me say hello to Febmon in the chat room, too. Thank you for joining us. But, Last Dragon, I mean, that came out at a time when, of course, back in the early, mid-'80s, anything that was like martial arts related was super hot. And, I mean, this movie had everything from martial arts, breakdance, and music, references of at least talking about somebody who runs a video arcade, the bad guy, but just everybody in my neighborhood just loved this damn movie because you didn't usually see many people that starred in a martial arts movie that were black. That's why it was great that you had Berry Gordy did this. I think it was Motown. I think Motown put it out. Motown Films or Motown. I'm trying to remember
if I'm not mistaken, this is
Motown Productions.
This is how like Vanity pretty much got the role of Laura Charles.
And that's amazing. And of course, God, just smoking hot with her in there, but it had everything. And everything where it's like if you wanted to be that badass martial artist, you wanted to get the hot girl, you wanted to kick somebody's butt. But this movie just had so many, just like I said, anything that was hot from the 80s at that time, that's just, it was pretty much shoved in the movie. But anybody in my neighborhood, it's like everybody watched this damn movie. And I also remembered it was a movie that, it's going to show a little bit of my fuzzy memory, but I don't remember being able to find it for purchase, though. I could only rent the hell out of it. I don't remember, and if there's anybody in the chat room or listens to this, and you can even put messages in the comments or anything if you remember buying it. But the reason I say this is I remember I went with my buddy. It was a Video Connection store. They had it for rent. I asked them if they had it for purchase. They said no, and they said, but here's a catalog where you can order it. And I remember opening up that catalog, and it was $80. That's why
it's like the video store catalog. That's what those guys pretty much had to order their tapes from.
And that's what I mean. I wondered, was that the only way you could get it was through the video store catalog? I don't know. I just don't remember ever seeing it at the stores to buy, but I wanted to. But I mean, it had everything. It's it's a fun little story how it starts off. Now, see, I've noticed like when there were some people reviewed it and didn't kind of grow up in the 80s, kind of thought some parts were corny, cheesy, a lot of stereotypes. I mean, yeah, did Berry Gordy do a lot of stereotypes in it? Sure, where he had, people that were of Asian descent acting like they were black, or somebody of black descent trying to act like they're Asian, and like even parts where Taimak was, Leroy. I was using his real name. Sorry about that. That's his name in real life. It's Taimak. And some people had a hell of a time trying to even say that name. They didn't know how to pronounce it, but that is how it is. And he's of Italian and black descent.
Oh,
he's a real.
Who'd have thought Joe would have clung to something?
Joe's like, finally.
something I can relate to.
My representation on the screen.
He got the skin color that I'm lacking, and my true ancestry. It's just like that is the embodiment of Joe Amato on screen.
That's all Tyler ever thinks. You're right. Every time it comes up, like
he's just jiving on the streets and just walking down, man, and it's just
listen. Anytime there's somebody Italian,
I always feel he's like. If we ever find out that Joe lives in like a little like white bread suburban neighborhood in Ohio, and he's making it sound like he's living like Tony on Saturday Night Fever, I'm gonna be totally disappointed that he's painting up this amalgam of like rough and tough on the streets, man. Nicking dimes, bare knuckle brawls.
Tyler, I think you're also gradually like fading out of frame too.
Oh, it's because
it looks like
my setup is all like Dollar Tree. It's cheap right now.
Not as cheap as mine. No, yeah, because Tyler's like, damn it, every time there's some Italian actor on TV, Joe always has to say, he likes watching Rocky. He likes watching Rambo. He likes watching The Last Dragon. It's like anybody has an Italian in it, Joe gets super excited. But so where the hell was my train of thought? I had my Tyler moment. That's my first where the hell was I? And that usually doesn't happen.
You were talking about Leroy and how he was he had some descent.
And just like I said, in Taimak, he is in real life. He does train in martial arts, still does it. The guy's still in amazing shape. I think he's in his 50s as well, and he looks, damn it if he doesn't look like he still did back then for The Last Dragon. But when we were growing up, like I said, I never met a person that did not like this movie. But I watched people who reviewed this like a couple years ago who never seen it in their life, and they like to mock it. They said some parts were real corny, and like I said, stereotypical and stuff, and the goofy effects with the glow. But I was like, it's just the story of what you're trying to see. Of like, yes, it's like you find out, yes, he is the master. He's searching for this master that doesn't exist.
Way to go, Joe. We're just skipping right to the end. That's fine.
Hell yeah, we'll get to it. But anyways, you find out, it's in him, and there's like a glow that'll show when he finally reaches that final level. But I love the damn movie. And I know, like I said, it is mocked. Some people say I didn't find anything great about it. It might not have been as action-packed as it could have been. But like I said, we'll just ramble about parts of it because I'm sure you guys, you might not have flipped over it.
I got notes. So, not so drunk notes.
Drunk notes?
Actually, no, not so drunk. I mean, I was drinking, but I didn't get drunk. But I took notes because there was a lot of things that I definitely, when I watched, I'm like, all right, I want to bring this up. I want to bring this up. I want to bring this up. But I think before I get into whether or not I enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it, should we just go ahead and get this out of the way and just skip to Tyler and get his opinion on it? Tyler,
that's fine.
Why?
Because. Let's hear it. Or do you want to save you for last?
I'm just saying, like, I didn't know it. I mean, I thought it sucked. I thought it was terrible. I thought it was a terrible film.
Whoa. What did you like about it?
I just felt it was a mess. Like, I just felt like it was just incoherent. It was just stuff happening. And, I didn't think it was like stereotypical. It just felt like there's no explanation. It's just stuff happening. I found Taimak to be kind of a wimpy hero. It felt like, are they trying to do an homage to Bruce Lee films, or are they trying to poke fun at it? Because I can't tell what they're doing. And if they're trying to be funny, it's not funny. If they're trying to be serious, it's not serious. Like, it just kind of felt like, and my whole affinity for films all comes from the 80s. Like, I mean, it's not that. I just didn't think it was a very good film.
I thought he did a good job though, being that humble hero. Like you said, I know you said it's like he seemed kind of wimpy in a way.
But it just felt like you don't need to try to do your Bruce Lee impression. It just felt like, I mean, it was like
it's this hero,
Yeah, but
kind of like
that No Retreat, No Surrender, and that was like funny for all the wrong reasons. Like that movie's hilarious because of how bad it is. But this, I just felt like was just, I didn't get any pleasure out of it. The only positive thing I could say about the film was at the climax when he's fighting Shogun and like they throw in all the special, like the light effects when they're punching and kicking, and like that looked cool. But it's just a shame that I would have rather seen that in a better movie. But I'm not
how they like to do the build up.
I just didn't like the film. It just felt
what a fun sucker. I kind of.
I mean, heck, not everybody likes it.
You guys, both you guys knew before you guys started. He's like, I don't think he's gonna. I could tell both you guys knew I was not going to like this film.
Yeah, I kind of assumed as much. It's kind of like when Scott Pilgrim versus the World came out. I'm like, yeah, Tyler's gonna hate this.
I
love it. I love it.
Like, what are you talking about? I thought it was great.
I honestly found like similar parallels between that and this. I mean, yes, the stories are almost kind of completely different, but I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. I enjoy the fact that it's sort of random to a degree. I don't know what's going on back there.
Someone disagrees.
Anyway, but I enjoy. I don't know. You say that it's random and stuff happening, but I look at it like we're kind of thrust into this world that's already been established. Like you have Leroy, who's the guy that loves Bruce Lee films, and then you got Sho'nuff, who's showing up constantly. It's like you need to fight me. I'm ready to fight you. And
yeah, because he's sick of the stories and wants to see is Bruce Leroy as good as he says.
But that felt so forced. It just like, look.
Not really. I didn't think it was forced. It was like you said, you didn't need to get like a ton of backstory.
No matter what.
No, it's like you didn't need to get to like the backstory of all that, but you knew obviously it's established. You have Bruce Leroy, who's always been doing those martial arts in the area. Sho'nuff, who is tired of hearing about him because he wants to see is he as bad as he says he is. Bruce Leroy probably taking a humble approach, doesn't want to show and doesn't need to prove himself. But like you said, along this whole story and this journey, it's like, and things happening for a reason. Like I always say, that's how I believe in, destiny and fate. I mean, him just walking by with Laura Childs when he first seen her for the first time, when she was getting into that limousine, and of course then saving her. But it's like his journey was not only his journey of life to find about, being the master that it's always been within him, but I mean, he even found maybe possibly a woman of his dreams, a love that he never had. And it was a good blend. Yes, like I said, comedic moments that some could joke too, but I think it was a great mix of comedy. And even like in his, I like when they were in the studio, when he's, having his students he's training. And he has Johnny, the one guy, remember, the art of fighting.
Johnny sucks. I will say that Johnny sucks, but he's supposed to.
He's supposed to, because remember, he's like, how you taught us about the art of fighting without fighting? He was like, I've, developed the art of fighting without knowing how to fight. He's like, when you think, somebody sees somebody that's Asian, you just got to give a look. And I admit, he put on a good show of looking like that. And at the end, when he was working the chucks and fighting, he did a great job. But I also remember seeing Ernie Reyes Jr. in there. I was like, man, this kid is badass. And then what's funny is I think like a year later, he popped up on a TV show called Sidekicks. And it was just so cool to see. He was like, man, I've never seen a little kid doing martial arts and being like a sidekick with some other guy. I couldn't even remember if he was a cop. Because I'll be honest, I haven't seen Sidekicks, I think, since 1986 or 7. But I just remember when it was on, I was like, this kid, he's cool as shit. I don't know if you remember when he did that run and jumped in there and did that double kick, boom, to those guys to the sides. It's like, he just made it look cool. It's because, I always liked, it's like when I would watch movies and at that young age, it's not like I wanted characters that I could relate to. It's like I seen these adults or older people just kicking butt and thinking, man, it's like, hey, I could idolize him. Hey, he's cool. And then when I seen little Ernie Reyes Jr., I was like, damn, a little kid could do that? It made me think I could do that stuff. So just like a lot of connections in this movie I had that just I just always got a kick out of. But go ahead, Nathan.
Well, I like the beginning, like the moment of the film that I knew that I was in and I knew that I was going to like it is when they're at the movie theater watching Enter the Dragon and Sho'nuff shows up and he's like, all right, everyone's getting pissed because he's interrupting the movie. And it goes to those two guys that are up there on the balcony and they like take their shirts off and that guy's just wearing like that really short. I'm just like, all right. Gotcha. Well, that and when Sho'nuff confronts Leroy and he's just sitting there eating popcorn with his chopsticks and everything, I'm like, all right, like I know I'm in for a ride. I know is it cheesy? Yes, it's pure 80s cheese, but to me, it's the right amount of cheese. And there's so many people that are in this movie. I was like, holy shit, there's William H. Macy. That's a sweet jacket. He's in there for like what, 2 seconds? It's like
just to deliver that message or something. Yeah,
but and I like the idea too that it's also that time period of your MTV VJs, like that the popularity of MTV having the music videos, having the attractive ones like throwing to the but like her shit's terrible when she's singing and doing her stuff. That was bad. Now the one song, what is it? DeBarge Rhythm of the Night. That's a good song. That's a good song. When that came on, I was like, holy shit, like I haven't heard that song in a while. So I was like, yeah, that's awesome. But like her parts stuck. I would say kind of as a whole too, Vanity was kind of she was kind of iffy a little bit. And honestly,
I'll admit, I didn't flip over the song.
To me,
just
she's
looking
not
at
that
her.
hot. No, I don't think she's that hot either.
Oh God, I found her and still do incredibly hot. Good God, it's just the singing. I'll admit, I didn't flip over when she was singing. I was like, who cares? But I just I had a thing. Still do. It's a shame. I think she passed away a couple years ago too. I think it's sad. But no, just the thought of, like you said, it was like music videos being hot, breakdancing being hot, martial arts being hot. They figured Berry Gordy figured I'll throw it all in one movie.
I guess that's where Tyler's kind of getting the whole. It was just random, without much of a story. I guess I see that because it's like, all right, we got to take this and this and this. We got to throw all this shit in here. But to me, it worked.
I mean, it did give us. It had a story that did work. I mean, Eddie Arcadian being obsessed of wanting to get his talent, getting his girl Angela to, have her video on there, which she was horrible. It was cool seeing when she chewed him out at the end then too, and then left him. But he's just obsessed. I mean, he's like the king of the video games or something. It's like, I want to get into this too, and it's all about money. Even like he could, when he was trying to back his fighter Rock. I think that was the guy that was in Dumb and Dumber.
Mike Starr.
Mike Starr.
Yeah, when he popped up, I was just like, holy shit. It's like, how the hell they know I got gas? And then Emily's ha ha ha. I'm like, you know what that's from, right? We got to watch that movie.
What, she didn't like Dumb and Dumber,
she doesn't like Dumb and Well, it's been a while, I think, since she's watched it, but she's convinced that she doesn't like it. I'll convince her otherwise. She'll like that movie, damn it.
All right, anyway. But no, I guess I always like little quotes. See, the thing is, the quotes, they're meaningless. I definitely know they're meaningless to Tyler, and probably even you, Nathan. But we used to mock.
My Converse.
We always like saying something like, I would like to see her. When he was wanting to see Laura Charles, and his little brother kept mocking him. I remember there was just a thing that went on school for the longest. Everybody did this smartness, like, I would like to see her. It was so annoying, but I started hearing these things, and it just was giving flashbacks. I like when she was trying to swoon him because she didn't know, like, what can I do to make this guy like me? Because of course she wanted Leroy to be her bodyguard at one point too. But when she put that Bruce Lee video up for him to see, it's like, oh, now you got his attention. And then since he's never been with a girl or even kissed a girl, I like that when he's seen Bruce Lee kiss, the girl. And
this is how you do it.
Yeah, this is how you do it. He went in for it. It's like, it was a dream when, and like I said, Vanity, she was just the hot thing back then. So we all thought we were Bruce Leroy. We all wanted, damn, I wish I could get Vanity. So there's a little connection like that there. I guess that's the other thing too. But go ahead, back to you, Nathan.
Tyler's just. I've said my piece.
I told you I didn't have anything else to say. Like, I just don't have. I didn't want to spend the time like trashing a film that Joe loves. Like,
all right, let's get to the part 2 where she's leaving her show from the studio Seventh Heaven, right? Is that also the name of the show? I can't remember. Maybe
some of the top music hits. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because it had a.
Yeah, it might be anyway.
Charles. I thought it was Laura Charles top hit something. Oh God, now I can't.
Yeah, I'm assuming the studio's Seventh Heaven, but anyway, when she's leaving there, and the goons are coming after her, that Arcadian is sent, and what was it? Leroy, he's sitting on the outside because his little brother's like, I don't want you kind of like messing this up, and he notices that, and he goes and he helps. Like when there was that little razz with those guys, was that enjoyable for you at all, Tyler? No, none of the other fight stuff aside from the end
he's
fight.
Trying to do a really bad Bruce Lee impression. It just takes you out of the moment of like, are we supposed to take the? Like I said, the tone of the film comes off like, are you trying to be silly or are you trying to be serious? Because you're doing both pretty poorly. Like, if you're trying to spoof the Bruce Lee films, you're not very funny. And if you're trying to be serious, you just kind of like roll your eyes at, when him trying to do his best Bruce Lee impression and trying to talk like he's Oriental. And I don't find it stereotypical or offensive. It just sounds like I don't think you need to talk like that. Man. I keep,
you know what I think?
I keep checking my phone just in case I'm getting any messages about Tyler being grumpy bottoms.
No. The thing is, how I always looked at it. Same thing with me. It's like I think when he was looking at it, it's like, yeah, Bruce Lee's his idol, and I don't really think he's trying to emulate completely, talk like Bruce Lee, but take some of the principles and the goodness of the martial arts and what he's seen of Bruce Lee in certain movies, and he idolizes him. So yeah, he is probably just like any kid back then. When there's a hero you do, and then maybe in your mind, you're one to emulate to a degree. And of course, it's never going to be perfection. But he takes it. He takes the tones of it, the humbleness, maybe obviously not, just being a bully to beat up people, not wanting to put on a show like even in his
That's not what I'm talking
dojo.
about. I'm talking about how he talks. how he talks.
Oh yeah, I know
like
what you mean.
Yes, yeah. I'm not talking about.
I think his normal voice to me when I first heard it, I was kind of like, to me it sounded more of channeling sort of like Michael Jackson, being like very soft spoken. Yeah, but I didn't have an issue with that at all.
No, and I didn't either. It's like I said, it's like a soft spoken, but it's also not even just Bruce Lee, but probably, as you could see, it's something different compared to everybody else that he's around. Obviously, nobody is wanting to talk, act like him, and do the martial arts. He's absorbed it so much. He's obviously been with his master so many years. And then maybe even, you know how it is, you're around a certain area so long, and that's how everybody speaks that you're with. Maybe you just start speaking that way. So I think it's just like he was trying to, almost in a way, it's an honor, a way of maybe just speaking a certain way. And maybe he did start thinking, hey, he was like, maybe I am part Asian. You never know. It's just, that's what I mean. I think just the mix of it worked, how he was speaking. I understood the tone of it. But it's like you said, soft-spoken, speaking a certain way, and then having kind of good code of honor. He didn't want to put on that show and beat like people up in his own dojo when, Show Enough and his gang came in there. But then when he grabbed, when they grabbed Johnny. And was
because Johnny fucking ruined everything.
Yeah, Johnny did ruin it. You're right. Johnny did ruin it. And so then he had to bow down to kiss his feet, like you said. But of course, then he kicks him in the face. But I liked it. It's like, it shows how when you poke a bear, like, even though you're not supposed to do something like, don't ever hit a woman, and he wasn't going to, but like they were screwing with him, and then when that one popped him in the face, it's like then you've seen like that kind of like martial arts come out, like the aggressiveness, like it's a reflex, like you hit, I'm gonna take it. You can stand in front of me, do something, but you touch me, I might snap.
Yeah, I feel like anybody's like that. If someone hit me, I'm ready to go. If someone like spit in my face, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and I liked it just to show his control. But you're right, when it gets to the climax at the end, I mean, the whole time you're wanting him to fight Show Enough. You want to see what's going on, and then when Show Enough had that kind of, when he had his glow and was fighting back, especially when you thought he was done, it's like, oh shit. And then when he's shoving Leroy's face in there, asking who the master is, and then he starts having all the flashes of what his master said and what Laura Charles said to him, and then he realized, I'm the master. He didn't need to look no further. It's right here. And then he had the glow when he did that shit. Oh man, I just remember people losing their minds. And also Who Dat Whale was really into that damn movie in the chat room. He loved it too. So there you go, man. But go ahead, Nathan, back to you.
Oh, you did see this in theaters, right? I had a Joe moment where I kind of forgot.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah. That's what I mean.
Just the one time, or did you go back multiple times?
No, once. It's the only movie. You already know the only movie I've seen more than once. I've seen 3 times was Freddy vs. Jason. So that's saying something, because I know you guys hate that.
That tells me all I need to know.
That tells me everything you need to know. But no, I remember this in the theater, and that's the thing. I always have such vivid memories of the crowd. The atmosphere sometimes really just gets you into a movie, and I just remember people freaking out and loving it, and you feed off of it. I don't know. But yeah, it's a movie, like I said, from people who grew up with it. It's always widely celebrated. I never heard anybody hate it. But I can understand when people seen it years later, have never seen it before. Today. I can understand everything. No, I can see what Tyler means. I can understand his point.
I'm not slamming. I'm not saying I don't like it for the reason everybody else has said. I'm looking at strictly what's supposed to be an 80s action film, and like I said, it just doesn't.
I wouldn't even qualify. I don't know. To me, I don't.
It really feels like everyone's trying so hard, almost like it's a caricature. Like you kind of feel like that's what everyone is in the film. Like they're caricatures or like of archetypes in films, but they're trying to either be so over the top it's funny, or they're trying really hard to be. I don't know. I just no matter what I say. I mean, I'm not. My purpose is not to deliberately side against you guys on this. Like,
you ain't gotta like it. I understand.
No, I'm just saying, that's my natural take on it. It just felt so incoherent in that they were trying so hard to be funny or trying so hard to be tough. You're like, this kind of comes off like they're trying to spoof it. But I'm like, they're not trying to spoof it. That's where I felt like the tone is kind of all over the place. When Show Enough is trying to act tough, you're like, he's really trying so hard to be like almost like it's a spoof. But he's not.
I think he worked. His worked for me. His was the best, I think, of just being the badass. I thought it was absolutely perfection for him. The ones that I got a kick out of that were like a spoof of a spoof is how Berry Gordy wrote it for, remember, Bruce Leroy. I mean, in the movie, it's just, well, he's black in the movie. We know in real life, yes, black and Italian, but in the movie, black. But he speaks like he's Asian. So when he goes to some dumb guy and there's the 3 Asian guys who are talking like their stereotype of black. Remember when he went the next time, he's acting like a pizza guy, and he's trying to figure out what should I say, and he's trying to figure out how to talk like he's black. He's like, hey, my man, what it looked like. And he's like, hey, my man. It's like he doesn't know how to speak how stereotypically somebody black would speak in the movie. And Berry Gordy, I remember just how he wrote that. It was funny, but I know how some people could almost find it offensive, saying, "Oh, they thinking that's how black people talk and how Asian people talk."
That's probably how they would look at it now.
Yeah, now. Then though, in the 80s,
then no one cared.
It worked.
No one cared back then. Can we go back to that time when people weren't so offended by every single little thing?
You know what's crazy? Just to do our little quick side rant. It's like sometimes I don't even know if I want to say hello to people, because I remember I think it was at Myers. No. Kroger. There was somebody where walked by. I walked by a lady. I let her go first. I said, "You have a good one." She was like, "Why do I have to have a good one?" I was like, "I'm sorry." And then I kept going. I was like, what the hell was that about? But I've heard people, like you said, nowadays, it's like, you can't even say, hey, how you doing? Nice day. It's like, is everything offensive? I was like, I'm not doing this to like try to belittle or make it feel like, hey, I'm being a valiant guy and you go ahead of me. It's like, I'm just being nice. I'm being courteous. I do this with men and women. When I see them, you might hold the door, say something nice. It's like, what the hell has happened where you can't even say something nice without it becoming offensive? I was like, now that's kind of weird. That shit's bizarre. I don't know if you guys experience that, but this is just nuts.
I try not to. That's why I go to self-checkouts and everything. I want to avoid all that. But Joe, I did want to ask you this. Were you the guy that attacked the McDonald's employee because he didn't get a straw? Was that you?
I did not hear this. I'll tell you a story, but go ahead. Where did this happen?
It happened in Florida. Did you make a trip to Florida from parts unknown? Yeah, okay. Apparently this guy got pissed off because there was not a straw with his order, and he went and grabbed the cashier and was just like really mad about it. And I thought about you.
Well, that wasn't me, but I'll let you know Toledo did make the news years ago for chicken McNuggets. I think there was that white lady who went through a drive-thru. She wanted chicken nuggets.
Why'd she got to be white, Joe?
I mean, she was white.
What are you trying to say about white people there, Joe?
No, she was white. I didn't mean that. I just meant she was white.
I'm offended.
We all know what you meant here.
Okay. Well, like I said,
but white people like they want them chicken McNuggets there.
All right. Well, let me say this lady went through a drive-through.
Well, she wanted to be a lady, Joe. Why can't it be a dude?
See, that's
why can't it be a person, Joe? Why does it have to be, and blah, blah, blah.
Wait, right. I mean, at this point, I'll let Joe continue his story. But at this point, like, come on, people. I was gonna say guys, but then it's just like
everybody.
Don't stop hanging on every single little word. Words are words, all right? Like, yeah, some of them are bad, and there's just shit you shouldn't say to people. But if we're gonna narrow it down now, where it's like guys is used as a unit, like all encompassing, like there are people here. You say guys. People just do that. It's not a thing. I'm like, yes, the ladies too.
True.
It's stupid. Like, people are so dumb with that.
No, I mean, you're right. When people are being obviously offensive, yes, we know when that is. But when somebody is just genuinely just saying something nice or just holding the door for you or not doing this with any intentions in mind, it's like, that's nothing to flip over for. But no, so yeah, somebody went to a McDonald's drive-thru and they wanted chicken nuggets, but they didn't. It was breakfast time. They said, it's breakfast. I believe that's how it was. You can YouTube this. I think that's how it went. It was breakfast. This woman snapped, screaming, reaching through the drive-thru, trying to attack the person into the window that was working there. This woman, so after you're done with this podcast, go ahead and say, Chicken McNugget drive-thru freak out. You're going to see this woman went insane. And she
wanted nuggets and it was breakfast time.
I believe that's how it was. She wanted nuggets.
It's like, just wait till 10:30. Just wait.
Yeah, but you never hear people bitching about they want lunch. It's always they want breakfast, though. Like
usually you're right.
Yeah, it's like falling down.
Yeah, exactly. Or Big Daddy. Oh,
Big Daddy.
Shit.
I thought it was always 11 or something.
Like, probably every weekday morning for Joe Amato when he goes like, I want hotcakes and sausage. Oh, horse shit, and throws a fit, takes the guy's fries and throws them off to the side, and
because didn't he think that the
cut
off
Joe Amato?
Didn't he think the cutoff time was like 11, but it ended up being 10:30 or something that he freaked out? Yeah.
It's you're like, right, just wait till 10:30 to get your fucking chicken nuggets. My God.
Yeah, so that was a freak out, but no.
And sorry, McDonald's nuggets aren't that good anyway.
Chick-fil-A is the best.
If you're gonna get chicken nuggets, Chick-fil-A, and then Wendy's, like McDonald's, and it leaves that aftertaste in your mouth too.
They do smell good though.
They do smell good.
They smell wonderful though.
But they're not all that, man. They're not.
And hello to I want to say hello to Yanish and JSP in the chat room. JSP said, "I know some of you guys in the chat listen to them, but do you three listen to Clownfish? Is that a new group? I didn't know if that was. He'll have to elaborate. I didn't know.
Yeah, you'll have to elaborate on that. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but no, even at the beginning, like the one part when Shonuff was sitting there talking to Leroy when he was in that movie theater, and he was like, yeah, he wanted to test him, see, about the guy who can catch a bullet with his teeth. And of course, at the end, he catches a bullet with his teeth when Eddie Arcadian shot that gun at him. Everybody always thought that was kind of cool because we thought he did get shot. And then when that happens, like, oh, yeah, I remember that earlier in the movie. Yeah, it's just this damn fun movie. You can sit back, watch any of the time. You want to have a good action movie with some just some fun. You could always watch that.
When Shonuff was on the screen and he started talking, I was like, is that Angela's dad from Boy Meets World? So I looked it up and I'm like, Shonuff, it is. Aha. See what I did there. Anyway. Got a million of them. But no, I like Shonuff. I like the portrayal, and to me it's perfect campiness villain to me. Just he acts tough, but he's also kind of chicken shitty. Because anytime like Leroy sort of wants to step up to him, it's like he kind of backs off and he'll kick everyone else's ass. I don't know. It's
you know what I did? That's the one thing I didn't know. Julius Carey, the guy who did play Shonuff, I think they interviewed him before, and I guess he was annoyed that they were wanting him to do a lot more of the stunts in the movie than he was expecting, because he's always said he was just an actor, never doing a role like this. He never did a lot of action, so he was just kind of shocked they're wanting him to do as much stuff in there as he did. He was expecting more stunt guys or something to do that work. So I guess I don't know if that's his only role, if he's ever done his only role in an action movie. I'll be honest, I don't know, but I just remember, look, the thing is, I always thought, and he never said it, but I always felt like, I remember when Booker T and Harlem Heat first came around, and I'd see Booker T and the way he'd talk and act sometimes, I almost thought he was like emulating or getting something from Shonuff from The Last Dragon. It makes you wonder. I don't know. I'd love it if I could always find something.
I mean, that's certainly a possibility, because I know with it being sort of popular and having that cult status, I could definitely see Booker T kind of stealing a few things.
And I think it'd be cool as He's like, I hope not. I have a feeling. I don't know. I just can picture it. But I think there'd be some cool ass action figures if they'd have Shonuff and Taimak, and oh man, I love some goddamn action figures. We got to get somebody to do it. NECA would be perfect, I think, for putting those out.
Come on, NECA. Actually, no. Before you do that, give me my Jason Takes Manhattan figure. Damn it.
I started a damn page on that years ago, and it got a lot of support, but nothing's ever happened. And all I ever got back, and I had some of the people that worked from NECA. They messaged me back, and they said, there's just not enough interest in that movie to want a figure yet.
That is bullshit.
And that's what I said. I was like, and then
you released
later, we get Roy. Roy
you
from
released
part 5.
the figure from part 5, easily the worst one in the entire 8 movie run, and no.
Like, I don't care how much people want to mock part 8 or say, oh, it's kind of corny. It's like, I fucking love Jason Takes Manhattan. It's a great movie. All of them are great, but this one, that has one of the most unique looks of Jason. That slimy, wet, the extra yellowed mask. It's like, release this figure. I don't care if you don't think people didn't like the movie. We'll buy that damn figure.
You should just customize one, Joe. That's what you should do.
I don't like that. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I was just like, I'd rather have an official. I'm sorry, we went side ranted.
Because it's not Smurf, Jason. That's what it is.
Yeah, as Tyler would say, I turn everything into a damn Smurf before I make him as hero or anything else.
Like, it's Smurf He-Man, it's Smurf Lion-O, it's Smurf Cobra Commander, it's Smurf She-Ra, it's Smurf Taimak, it's Smurf this, Smurf that. Like, God, man, can you?
Like, Joe, can we see Hero in my form? No, I got to do some more Smurfs.
Yeah, or Joe, I was like, hey, I'll would you like to see that? I decided, but I'd like that brown lizard man. No, I don't have time for that. I can turn him into a Smurf though. I can do that by tomorrow.
Hey, I could do a brown lizard man if you ever wanted. I could even card him up for you, give him glasses. I could give him the glasses. I give him a book. I give him his whole spiel right there. I can write a new origin for him too if you want, and I'll card him up for you just for you.
Lizard Man, the beefcake of the Masters of the Universe.
Bio.
What did you say about the bio?
I said I've been dying for someone to offer to write a new bio for Lizard Man.
I'll do it. I'll write a new bio for that. I'll write one for the brown lizard man.
Incorporate Jason into it and all kinds of little hokey things. This is Joe's universe.
I won't do that, I promise. But I'll pass it back to you, Nathan, before we could do any wrapping up on this. But go ahead, Nathan. Back to you.
No, some of the other notes that I had is, seeing Rudy from the Cosby Show playing Little Sister was kind of cool. For me, it was fun to just see these people that I recognize from other things.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's still weird to me that just William H. Macy was in this for a brief period of time. But one observation I had was how many D batteries did Leroy's brother waste in his ghetto blaster? Because he carried that thing around everywhere. And I know those things take 4 D batteries.
Not to sound old or anything, but did you ever carry one around back then yourself?
No, it was more of in the neighborhood when we were riding our bikes, we would just have one just sitting there but it had a cord and we just had it plugged in for the outlet outside.
No, when using the D batteries, you'd go through them a lot. Yeah, you would.
No, I know the D batteries don't last that long, period.
Just the thought of that. It's just, I never really think of that stuff. It's like, God, we used to have these gigantic bone boxes and then a smaller version, then the Walkman. It's like, boy, if people were caught dead with that stuff nowadays, it'd be laughed at. They'd probably think, what the hell were you guys carrying around? That's how you listen to your music? You had this giant box that you carry around, but...
You did that, didn't you, Joe?
Everybody did.
Well, I'm saying, you definitely had one on your shoulder carrying. You weren't
not
just
gigantic,
tagging
small.
along. Okay.
No, a small one. You take with you, and then when we sat down and we do whatever wherever we're at, we'd have it right there. But you would carry because you.
Are you sitting on the ghetto streets of Toledo, on stoops and stuff like that, and just doing all this kind of random smack 'em yak 'em, and I'm just Joe for some reason has an afro. Why the hell does he have an afro?
Did you just say smack 'em, yak 'em? I can't believe I was thinking airplane. Lay 'em down, smack 'em, yak 'em.
I pulled that directly from Airplane.
Oh my God! And that was all jive improvised talk that they did, and then they put these subtitles. That wasn't even written. Those two actors both just started saying a slur of just.
Well, I'm picturing that's what Joe was trying to not say, but that's what he was doing on the streets of urban Toledo, Ohio. He just,
we do
it done and. At least that's how Joe wants to remember how it was done. When it was probably just riding on a little bike with a basket, ringing a bell,
picking fences.
It's it's like Pleasantville.
Yes, that's probably what Joe wants to think of himself as man. I grew up on the streets, Joe.
That's great. Oh my
Joe,
God,
you're about as white as Iron Kid's bread here, man. Don't even try.
Don't even try that. I should show you my yearbook photos and everything in the school.
Well, he somehow photoshopped an afro into every one of his pictures and the mask.
It's
or he's got that glazed look like Andy Dick did on.
Oh my God! No, yeah, I should. I can get you pictures of anything. My high school.
I'm offended by how you think that you are something you're not. I want you to take it back. I want a public apology of $500.
You're like, Joe, you're lying to completely. Then I show all these photos of where I grew up in my high school and my house and my neighborhood.
And
everything else.
He's taking all these pictures from 1980s,
yeah,
neighborhoods.
And I put myself in there.
Himself just sticking his head out from behind a back alley. Or a photo inside of a car like this. Honestly, I would love it if Joe would take the time to Photoshop himself of just his mask on someone walking out in an urban neighborhood of New York in the early 1980s, and say, "This is I'm like Joe Amato from the Bronx, like he's J-Lo or something like that."
Oh my God!
Just
oh dear God!
Yeah, that's actually what. That's actually a wonderful idea. You make ringer T-shirts of black and white, thug life with Joe Amato, his face on somebody's body carrying a ghetto blaster.
Oh Jesus! I'm sorry, God. I don't have no water to drink too. You just got my throat terrible.
Yeah, now Joe's gonna be like, "All right, guys, let's wrap it up."
I can get some McDonald's.
Well, I just want to say, JSP said, I guess that Clownfish, he said it's a channel on YouTube. And he said, you guys would love their take on Netflix She-Ra. Oh, I guess they must have mocked it.
I don't need to hear anybody else talk about that show. Less I hear about it, the better.
I'm the only one that's going to talk about it. And I thought, that 16 minutes sucked. I want my life back.
And Who That Whale said, sure enough, should have played a villain in Breaking Electric Boogaloo. And then Giannis, here we go. You ready, Tyler? Giannis said, no tank top, Tyler? No, you didn't catch us from the beginning, Giannis.
At least he didn't some sort of like quip or something.
He didn't catch it from the beginning.
Yeah, so no, that doesn't bother me. If someone's like, hey, Tyler, did you finally like burst out all your tank top? Or something like that, you know. Like,
as long as he doesn't do any photoshopping of like, you looking like Bigfoot walking in the wild. Like, look, we caught Tyler with something else beyond a tank top. And he's looking off to the side.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like a bad like picture of me in the podcast. Like,
yeah, it's just like, and it's blurry too.
Yeah.
Is this real? Was that actually a spotting of Tyler without the tank top?
Or is that like an actual spotting of Joe Amato in the ghetto? You know, just.
No, you know what? I believe the tall tales. I can picture Joe sitting there on the stoop with his ghetto blaster, playing. Shit, I don't know, Joe. What'd you really like back then? What was like your favorite tune?
I bet it's we were all in the gang.
No, Joe strikes me as a Prince guy.
Oh, I love Prince. When Doves Cried, everything. Purple Rain. Sexy motherfucker.
Love Prince.
Yeah, but no, Prince,
I bet
Michael
Joe
Jackson.
did wear like a Purple Rain shirt like Mouth did in the Goonies all the time. Like he's walking around, going to get groceries, helping old ladies across the street wearing his Purple Rain t-shirt. And yeah, I can see.
Well, the thing is, I had these really. The thing is, I actually did have really tight black leather pants like Michael Jackson with all the zippers.
Oh, Joe.
And everybody, when they were doing like their one break dance, there was this part where they said he could pop and he can swerve. Now we'll pass it to Joe to do his curve. And I used to do this thing where I did my curve like this, and everybody got a kick out of it. So yeah, I used to do a curve. And
man,
so,
break dancing Joe. Someone needs to make that an action figure.
I mean, like I said, it's just
all these Joe variants. Happy Meal stealing Joe.
Yeah, how come NEC hasn't signed a deal with Joe Amato? If they love the forking out variant after variant, I mean, they can have a field day with Joe Amato.
Whew, it'd be nonstop. It could be. I could be a variant king. So many different versions of things like that.
Joe, we have Ghetto Blasting Joe, Morning McDonald's Joe. You know,
Video Game Joe.
Video Game Joe. Look at me. I'm the best at video games. You suck at video games.
San Diego Comic-Con Spider-Man jacket. That's the only way you can get that.
That's exactly. A Comic-Con has to have that. And
and a detachable power glove. You can take off Joe's like left hand and put on the power glove. Is like his.
I like it. Piece. We could have an exclusive to Dollar Tree. Would be the dumpster diving Joe. Just like,
yeah. No, that would be fantastic. Like
Wait. And it's also when you buy them all, it also has pieces for Build-A-Figure for King Coupon.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay. Who'd have thought Joe Amato lends itself to like figure building and variants, like his own action figure line. You know, variations of the mask, the scars, the shirts, the hoods, and I mean it comes with like variant colors of like Dollar Tree headphones. You can like attach to the head.
Hey, I like that. Yeah, there would be that rare variant where you can lift up. You can see that scar on my chest.
Or if you buy a Dollar Tree, you get a free pair of headphones with every figure you buy of Joe Amato. And a free El Monterey burrito.
I like it.
No, the El Monterey burrito. There's a coupon on the back of the card that you can clip out
and mail away. You have to mail it away.
Yeah,
it's like Kool-Aid points. You got Joe's face on the like the little square you cut out on the back.
Oh Jesus!
Oh shit! Well, Kool-Aid.
I always love my Kool-Aid. Yeah.
No. Kool-Aid's good. My mom.
I like Kool-Aid. I used to drink a lot as a kid.
My mom also used to do the things because they came out with those specific like Kool-Aid pops that you could like do the Kool-Aid thing, like mix it in there and then put the dispenser in and then put it in the freezer and you get your own like Kool-Aid popsicle. Yeah.
I remember those.
Yeah, good times.
Good times. We sent away. We got those Kool-Aid plastic little cups that look like the Kool-Aid Man in the picture when you send in so many points. So yeah, we still got that.
Did they still do that shit?
I think they're still like those points are still on the back of those packets. I think.
Hell yeah! I wonder what you can redeem them for now, or if there's like still cool shit. Because that's how I got Dr. Mario.
From 1990, just like Hey, you want, he can have it.
It's still good.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, Nathan, before we wrap it up, obviously you give your points. I mean, we know, and I completely understand, respect. There's no sense of Tyler giving a rating on this because, I mean, I know it's not your movie.
So I'm being, segregated already. Is that what you're telling me?
Minus 5 stars.
My difference of opinion, mine doesn't matter anymore.
No, you didn't like it. Fuck you. Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I just love the damn movie. I've always loved it. People in the chat room loved it, so I'm giving it a 5. I always love this damn movie. Nathan, I know yours will be lower, but you can go ahead and give
it.
Joe's just assuming everything on this show. It is going to be lower. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I don't know. I like it. It's
1 out of 5 there, Nathan.
Because it's not something that I was completely just, oh my God, like blown away by, but it had its charm, even if it is kind of sloppy and there's just a lot of shit thrown in, like stuff we also didn't mention. Angela kind of comes across as like a Madonna Cyndi Lauper hybrid, more or less, like the Cyndi Lauper hair, and then like some of the outfits she was wearing.
Well, she looked like Cyndi Lauper too in the face.
Yeah, but like she was also wearing like the lacy stuff that I remember Madonna used when she did like a Virgin at the MTV Video Music Awards back in '85. I can't remember the exact date on that, but and then Leroy's parents having the pizza place and showing up and like just wrecking it. I don't know. It's got a lot of charm. It's
remember looking for him, and he was like, "Oh, you mean Junior? Yeah, Junior.
Yeah." And then like breaks that the TV jukebox machine.
And then they had to kick the damn door on the way out. They took the pizza, eating the pizza, and then he kicks the door and breaks it. It's like, oh God, you guys destroyed it enough. I just looked down and I seen that I am actually kind of animating a little better than normal. It ain't as choppy.
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I'm looking down, still not wearing pants.
I'm still wondering. I gotta ask Fedmon because I don't think he's here anymore. But did I ever mention about not wearing pants or something? Or
I think people we just assume that you don't wear pants.
Okay, it's like I don't know. Well, here's the bizarre thing. I mean, I am wearing shorts now, but they're not underwear shorts. They're just shorts. They're shorts.
They're short shorts.
No.
Cutoff jeans. It's like
it's back when he was a kid and they were wearing
kind of like in a sleepaway camp where the guys on the baseball field like just cut off.
Yeah, no. Joe was saying like that they wore that. That was their style back then.
Yeah, we did.
Joe's wearing like the cutoff shirts.
He was wearing the cutoff shirts and everything too.
With the number on there.
We had cut. Yeah, what was that? I think it was like there was a stupid tough guy shirt or something I used to have, and it was a gray one with some weird little logo. And I remember it was kind of cut off and short, so it was like just coming down under like almost to where your ribs start or something. I don't know. It was God, what a goofy shirt, man. We used to wear those inflated pants and shit. God, we wore the goofiest stuff. Boy,
I mean, people these days still wear goofy.
Oh hell, compared to what people wear today, I look back at the stuff that was worn in the '80s and early '90s, like. Hell, why can't we go back to wearing that as opposed to what goofs?
Some things, yeah, some things not.
I'd love for the women to go back and have like the big hair, the shoulder shirts, and the neon color stuff. And hell, I'd love that.
Wait, hold on. Fedmon just popped up. Fedmon said we were told in one podcast that you were not wearing pants, that it was too hot. It was during the summer.
Yeah, that's when Joe's in his phase where it's like it's hot, but he doesn't want to turn on the AC, so he's just gonna take his pants off.
Yeah, and this mask was like melting, and then I never told you guys that beyond how it would kind of bleed here and get faded, I would take off the mask. I remember I went in the mirror and I seen all this red, and it was kind of like running down my face. So that's why sometimes I was taking this.
It works as a good. I was like, what am I dying? I just looking like fingernails are coming off. Oh God!
And that's why this works to wipe my face sometimes, because when it gets too much, I don't want that going in my eyes. At one time, it burned my eyes, so when I feel the sweat coming,
God, Joe,
what the hell kind of paper are you using for your mask? It was burning your eyes.
Well, I mean, he's got the ink on there, so it's gonna seep through there.
Yeah, and that's when I tried to double it up with that other mask, but then that made it too. It wasn't breathable. It was weird. So I was like, I had to go back to my single thing here. So if I could find a way of it not bleeding, I'd like that. But okay. So what do you want to say, Nathan, to everybody in the chat room? Again, thank you for joining us and all this stuff. And you give them all the things they need to do.
Tyler, hit us with your star rating.
I'm taking stars away from this film, man.
He's like, it ain't worth my time. This ain't getting
in all seriousness, though, I get why it has a cult following. Like, I'm not blind to like why people would like it. I just felt like it was just, you know, I don't feel like it's like, well, you should have saw it when you were younger. Like, I don't feel like that's the case at all. I just didn't think it was
just
a very
not your
good
thing.
film. It's just not my kind of movie. I mean, it's and that's really about it. So
Yep.
Yep. I mean, I'm jumping Jeff Farmer all over this film.
Yep. Oh, and I was going to say before Nathan,
I'm going full force to try to cheat me out of what's mine.
Before Nathan does
Joe,
close
do you know
it up,
what we're talking about?
I'm afraid I don't. What was it?
Oh, it's the Jumpin' Jeff Farmer wrestling promo. It's like, yep, you got me mad now.
He's wearing like this, like sparkly, like great.
It's some promotion,
in the 80s,
yeah.
Like
the guys like, we're here with Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. What do you got to say about Motley Crue attacking you? And he's like, yep. And then there's like a pause, and he just looks sad the whole time, like he's about to cry.
He's never cut a promo before.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up when we're done here. Then I'll make sure I look it up.
That's why we're telling you what it is. So
he's like, "Yeah, you ain't gonna do it, Joe." But before
he's not gonna do it.
He's like, "He's not." No, I will. I promise. I don't lie. If I ever say I promise, I'm going to. So I promise.
I've heard that shit before. I'm gonna promote the show. I promise.
Just king of empty promises. You know that, man.
Well, before Nathan wraps it up, I wanted to
falling off fingernails and podcast with no pants.
I wanted to remind everybody tonight to, of course, tune into Fans of Power, and after Fans of Power, there's going to be a Beyond Retro Arcade. It's immediately after Fans of Power, and Nathan will probably put a link in the chat, I'm sure. And it's going to be for Nathan playing some games, but I sent him a bottle of hot sauce, not the hottest hot sauce in the world. So I don't know.
It says it's insane. Or
well,
insanity.
it says it's insane. Yeah, but there is plenty of hot sauces that are hotter, but I wanted to see how Nathan and Emily can take it. So they're both going to do this live for the first time tonight. Got to see their reactions live. This should be pretty good. And yeah,
I don't do that well with hot stuff, really.
Right.
I'm already, if it's hot and it's got a kick to it, I'm like, all right. But if it's like insanely hot and it's gonna like burn my tongue and shit, then.
Well, you said you'd give it a shot.
Is it gonna make my asshole burn when I take a shit, Jim?
No,
that's what I want to know.
Like he's gonna tell you, yeah.
Is it gonna be like eating a whole bottle of jalapenos?
Well, here's the thing. I'm the wrong person to ask that because I've had hot sauce since I was a kid, so I've never had this.
You're mother's milk to him. Get a milk.
Yeah, it is.
Hot sauce in a bottle.
It's just being honest. Like I said, I've been just drinking it since I could remember. So I got built up.
Street cred back in the streets, of the 80s. Like he drinks hot sauce straight out of the bottle, man.
Yeah, it's like catching a bullet with your teeth.
Yeah, like it's an urban myth around the ghettos,
Well, that's like I said. Remember, I got Booby and Pumpkin. With that hot sauce. The one that you're gonna have. This is the one that had them freaking out. So that's why I want to see your reaction.
Oh, so they didn't take well to this.
No, they didn't. So I just want to see how you.
I was doing some research, and it did say that this hot sauce was banned from some sort of a food competition back in the 90s. So I'm like, great.
I'm not setting you up. I promise I'm not setting you up. I really am not.
That's fine, Joe.
This is the stuff
I'll make sure to have a glass of milk. I don't even drink milk.
It's payback for you being so nice to him and sending him all those gifts.
Yeah, it's like, oh hey, you got me this tablet and these earbuds. How about some hot sauce?
I'm a terrible guy.
You're gonna be in pain.
I wonder if it's like hot sauce he had in his fridge that just hadn't been finished off yet.
No, it's brand new. It's sealed. It is sealed.
Yep.
Oh, and you packaged that like perfectly. When we took it out of the package, I was like, "Holy shit, how big is this bottle?" But then you just unravel everything, and it's like, it's still a decent sized bottle, but just compared to what it was wrapped in, it was like
there was no way I wanted that to break.
Yeah,
I bubble wrapped and protected the heck out of this. Like, I do not want this breaking. And I actually went to Myers and I spent $6 on that bottle of hot sauce. So that's some good hot sauce. What you're getting?
Damn, you spent more on shipping than you did on the bottle of hot sauce.
He could have bought a pair of headphones for that price.
Well, he doesn't have to now.
Oh, he doesn't have to now, but.
Yeah, I would have, Tyler. Honestly, I was going to send stuff to you, but I thought you said you didn't like hot stuff, so that's why I didn't do it.
No. I have acid reflux. It does not work. Even before I had it, I don't do it.
Yeah, not only that, but Tyler is like one of the pickiest eaters ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He doesn't eat vegetables, man.
Nope.
No vegetables. Like what?
Nope. Oh, no vegetables.
Oh well, shit. I mean, you ain't gotta like everything. That's no problem. I like God. I'm thinking about vegetables. Like I have peas, I have carrots and tomatoes, and that's There's some things I can't eat at all. Like what the fuck is I don't know, squash or something. And
squash isn't bad. Zucchini's good.
Cabbage. Oh, cabbage is horrible. I hate cabbage. Oh, that's just.
I'm not a big fan of cabbage either.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Nope.
Asparagus is fine. It just makes your piss smell.
I don't like that either. I don't like it at all. Quickly, does Emily like hot stuff? Because I'm curious how she's going to handle it. Oh, good.
Yeah, no. She's always then I think she'll be fine. Because there was this one time that she made like this chicken, but she put like jalapeno spice like inside. It's like a sort of like a chicken roll wrap-esque kind of thing. But instead of the normal jalapenos, she got like the canned stuff from Kroger, and it was just it was too much. Like I ate it and I was just like, oh my god. And even she was like, yeah, this is too much. And then well,
I'm hoping you guys are okay.
Fuck her hole for the next 2 days, Joe.
Well, just to let you know, the jalapeno is, I believe, the weakest out of all the peppers on the Scoville's chart of all the levels. Jalapeno is like the weakest, like 5,000 level of Scoville.
Well, that's just one jalapeno. Now, if you're eating a bunch of jalapenos with your food, then obviously, I'm going to be in trouble. We're going to see how
what you have, I think yours might be at 1 million. I'm not sure if it was 1 million or what, but the Scoville level is going from 5,000 jalapeno to what you have in that hot sauce is 1 million, I think. Right. But I might be wrong.
Well, I'll go tonight. I'll go to McAdoo's, get some buffalo wings. So I'll probably actually do that while you guys are doing Fans of Power. Make the call, go pick those up, have them so they're kind of like hot and fresh and ready.
Okay. And have some milk ready for you.
Oh, yeah. I will.
Do not drink water.
I feel like I'm going to have to.
Don't drink water. Remember, it makes it spread. It makes it worse. So do not touch water. Have milk. Maybe have a little bit of a banana too. But yeah, prepare yourself. All right. But it was fun.
Why is it fun to have like demon piss on your food? You know, I just. Why is this like, people are just like, oh God, more hotter the better. I don't understand the fun in that.
Some people like me actually do like the taste, but there are idiots that just go for heat, and it's like, well, that's not even fun. I want to enjoy my food still. So with this hot sauce, I do enjoy my food because I do like the taste. But you're right, there's some morons that are like, oh my God, this is the hottest thing ever, and they're sweating, they're coughing, they're dying. I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. It's like, I don't want to do that. But you're right.
It's just like when you get peppers, you get like one that's kind of like, it's got some kick to it, and eat it with like steak. Oh man, that's good stuff. That's what Dad and I do. It's funny when Dad he's like, "Yo, I got a hot one." You just see him just like he's sweating and he's like dabbing his forehead. Good stuff. But yeah, that'll be fun. Hopefully the quality will be good. I haven't decided. Might try to do a thing where like we just stream that, make it its own little thing, and then immediately after that, I'll go into video games. Yeah, do
that and tell everybody how to do it. But yes, do that because the reason being is if you do the video game thing, you're going to be way down there. The resolution won't be good. So yeah,
I'll have it full screen. But yeah, you guys that are in the chat live, be on the lookout for that alert later on tonight. That'll be a good time. And thanks to you guys for joining us live. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the spiel. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified when we go live or when new videos are posted. Check out the links down below, beyondretropodcast.com. Buy Joe's t-shirts, hit him up for a custom, and check out Fans of Power, the He-Man and the Master Universe podcast, hosted by Joe Amato and Tyler Baker at youtube.com/Fans of Power podcast. Joe's got a lunchbox.
Man, that's got to be one of my favorite images on a lunchbox. I know Tyler loves this one too. Love that damn image on this.
That's my favorite one.
It is. God damn. I mean, the other one is the one I took to school more, but that's got to be my favorite image. Just had to say that.
Yeah, well, it's like that Marvel lunchbox that Tyler
Secret Wars.
Yeah, that he keeps eyeing every time we go into that antique shop.
Oh, what do they charge for it? A couple hundred, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, it was it was discounted, so you would have got it for under 100, but still expensive for a lunchbox.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful lunchbox. God, I want it so bad.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But
your voice made me think like that Ninja Turtle porn.
Oh God. with that again. Jesus. Anyway, like this video, leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on The Last Dragon. I imagine most of you guys liked it, and you're not a curmudgeon like Tyler.
Yeah, I'm the black sheep as always, because I have dignity and taste.
This ego's getting contained.
Well, it is tough being me. I know. I just felt like I'm the only one who thinks this way.
I'm sure there, as Joe said, there's other people that have watched this movie not having experienced it before and just like, nah, wasn't for me. And it wasn't for you, but I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Would I rewatch this at some point? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I will.
But you won't. Like Joe, Sandy's going to watch Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. He ain't going to do it. Neither will you.
I'll send him the link in Messenger. But anyway, with that out of the way, until then, we will see you in the future to talk about the past.